Welcome to the Girl Talk Mental Health. Girl Talk Mental Health dares to go where others won't. We unpack the hard truths about mental health, dissect trending topics, and challenge the stereotypes and stigmas holding us back. From navigating the 6 dimensions of wellness to redefining social norms, this is more than a discussion. It's a revolution in how we care for our minds and souls. Ready for bold, honest conversations that spark change? Let's dive in. It's time for real talk with real impact.
So imagine standing at the edge of a golden field, looking back at all of the miles your tender feet have traveled, wounds, wonders, all of that. This episode hold up the mirror so you can finally whisper to yourself, I'm so proud of you. Welcome back to another awesome, impactful episode of Girl Talk Mental Health. I'm Virginia, and today's episode is so special. It's our end of the year reflection, celebrating growth and setting intentions. So before we jump into new goals, we're going to pause to honor how far you've come. The end of the year reflections. Sorry about that. So we want to welcome our special guest. Her name is Sophia Solange. So welcome her to the stage.
Hey, everybody. I'm so excited to be here.
So let the audience know a little bit about who you are.
My name is Sophia Coulanges, and I am an author, a mentor. I am a social worker. I do all things women empowerment, youth empowerment. I I am just a lover of helping people find their voice. I am the founder of Her Voice Impacts. That is a platform in which I am creating right now. It's in the process of being birthed out, where I will be highlighting women in their powerful stories that gave them a voice. So that's a little bit about myself. My free time, you'll find me at home majority of the time, right? I love journaling, spending time with my friends, spending time with my family, serving my community, serving in my church. So that's a little bit about me.
Well, that's some awesome things. And welcome to Girl Talk Mental Health.
Thanks for having me, Miss Virginia.
You ready to dive into some impactful conversations
I
today?
am. I am. I am looking forward to the conversation that we're about to have.
So, first, what is one area of your life this year that surprised you and how much you grew, even if you didn't, think it was such a pretty place at first? What are some areas of your life that you grew in that surprised you? It's like, oh my goodness.
I think it was releasing control. When I think about the year, releasing control. I am a type A personality, right? What does that mean? That means I have to know every second, every minute, A through Z, Genesis through Revelation. I have to know what I'm doing, right? And it's hard when you're navigating those spaces when your hands, I'm a believer and I love the Lord and I stand on my faith on that. But sometimes your plans versus God's plans don't look the same, right? We
Absolutely.
create we create these vision boards, we create these planning, right? It says write the vision, make it plain. However, sometimes the vision you're writing is not the vision that's ascribed to you, right? God purposed you and planned has a plan for you, and you're writing your vision. Sometimes he's like, yeah, go ahead, go forth, right? But then it's like, that's really not the plans I have for you. So there's going to be a lot of pivots. There's going to be a lot of holes, right? There's going to be a lot of ditches. There's going to be highs. There's going to be lows. And
Uh-huh.
I think this year, when I look back about at the year, it was releasing that control to know.
Hmm. How do you think that having to have control, and what's some areas of your life you think it made it go the way that you didn't want it to go? Like if I had released control a long time ago, it would have been a lot easier or not so messy.
I think it was, hey, my God, today. I could say a lot. I think it's me trying to figure out what's next for my life. Like I said it earlier, I'm a type A, so I'm always on what's next, right? Like, Lord, especially when you have birthdays, right? Birthdays are very reflective for me. There are moments where I take a lot of time and I spend a lot of times prepping on what I didn't accomplish in this year. I'm 33, so it so when I turned 33, I spent a lot, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I mean, pondering on things I didn't do well when I was 32, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it was, no, Sophia, like, you didn't you didn't accomplish that, but there is so much more that you were able to obtain in this age. There's so much more that you were supposed to gain. And when I realized that my life is not my own, I think it made stepping into 33 so much easier, because it's like your life is already predestined for you. We're
Mm-hmm.
just walking it out. And I think it's when I get that revelation of, girl, just play your role, like,
Right.
play your role, right? I'm always fighting God. It sounds funny when I say this out
Oh
loud.
no, that's a life story right
It's
there.
like I'm always fighting, like, this is what I want to do. But you can't trust God and say that, you have faith in God when your plans, you get mad when your plans don't prevail.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Right.
find that to be so frustrating for me. So when I stop saying, okay, God, this is what I want to do, and start literally listening and being obedient to what the Spirit of the Lord was telling me to do, I
Mhm.
think it made my life so much more easier to navigate through.
Right.
Right.
You do have to be calm and still, even in order to hear what the Holy Spirit is telling you to do and
Yeah.
what direction to do. And like what you said, with having an issue with control, sometimes even that barrier can keep you from being still because you want to do everything your way instead of just being still and, like you said,
Right.
letting it naturally roll out. So why do you think it's so often so hard for us to celebrate our own growth than to set new goals?
I think it's hard to let me talk for myself. It's so hard for me to celebrate myself or celebrate my small wins, big wins, is because that was not a thing growing up,
Mm,
right? Like, you only exhibit what you are used to, right?
right.
You only do things when you're exposed, right? Exposure gets you to do a lot of things. And I wasn't exposed to celebrating. It was like, okay, you made the honor roll, keep it moving. It was like, okay, what's next? It was
Mhm.
never pause, ha, celebrate. It was, what's next? There's something more that can be done. So for me, it's so hard for me to celebrate the small wins or the big wins or the big victories or the big mindset shifts, right?
Mhm.
Because it's always like, okay, what's next? What can I do next? What can I
But
do?
did you stop and reflect on the negative things, or you always was just out? Either way, it was like, what's next? What's next?
It's
You
either
never.
way, it's like, what's next? Like, okay, you got over this hump, what's next? You got over this trial tribulation, what's next? Oh, you got this degree, what's next? Right?
Mhm.
And it was like, why don't you ever pause? Right? And I think it was important for me and my friends, we did a yearly summary about the year, right?
Mhm.
Where each month we'll highlight things that we did, right?
Mhm.
Like, if it was try a new restaurant, if it was save some money, if it was we went on a girls' trip, whatever it was that we did for that month. So we were able to have a moment to pause.
Mhm.
I
That
think that was the
reflection.
most highlighted moment of my year, was every month having those girl talk meetings where we paused, right? And it was like, oh, I did that in January. Girl, we did go to this trip in February.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to see what you've accomplished because you do just go like you said, instead of stopping and reflecting on your accomplishments and the things you haven't accomplished because that helps you get to
That
your
part.
next level. Mhm.
that part, it's so, because we'll have, okay, so what, and I love my group of friends, and I think community is so important when you are planning or when you are having those moments of reflection, right? Because they allow you to pull, they either pull you like, hey, you said you was going to do this, hold you accountable, right? It's that accountability piece too. And it's that moment of celebration. They celebrate. I have some amazing friends. When I mean amazing friends, I could brag about them till kingdom come. They are amazing women. And when we get together, not only are we reflecting on things that we did do, but they're challenging me, or we're challenging each other on the things that we know we have the ability and the potential to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
And they're calling out the procrastination. They're calling out the laziness. They're calling out those negative thoughts that keeps us stuck,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Yeah.
that was the highlight of my year, when I get to meet, okay, every last Friday or every last Saturday of the month. And we're like, okay, let me show you what I did in January. Let me see how many goals that I did get accomplished in February, March, whatever month it was. That brought me so much joy,
Mm-hmm.
because it, as much as sometimes we beat ourselves up about what we're not doing, when you have those moments, they're like, oh, I did do that,
Right.
like, oh man, I was able to accomplish that in this month. And it gives you a boost of confidence, and it gives you a boost of confidence for the next month. Like, okay, I was able to drop them 5 pounds that I said. I did go to the gym 3 days that week. Like, it gives you that motivation that
Mm-hmm.
you need to continue to keep going.
Right. And that's so real. And I think sometimes our biggest growth moments are also wrapped up in tears that we don't talk about or post about. What are some times you think that you and your girl clique talked about some of the tears, or did y'all cry and share tears? Or,
Oh,
yeah, I didn't make it to this, and how was that experience?
it's when I mean I love them girls, I love them. And we have a lot of our moments, even if it's not reflective, it's like areas where it's a safe space where I can just be vulnerable, because I grew up, you don't cry. I grew up, you suck it up and you keep on moving, right? So for me to be at this place that I'm able to be vulnerable, or I'm able to express my moments of insecurities, I'm able to express my moments of vulnerability with my friends, it's a big thing for my in my world, right? Like, I celebrate that, because it's so hard sometimes when they are calling me out, or I'm telling them this month I didn't do it. I felt like a failure, right?
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I was inadequate. I didn't go for this, or I know one of my biggest things is I didn't pass my test in the month of March, right? I took a test and I missed it by 5 points,
Mm.
right? And in my head, I was ready to just go. Like, and one of my friends was like, no, tell us how you really feeling. Like,
Right.
you not okay. And we could tell you not okay, but because of who you are, you're trying to just dust it off. And then
Right.
that was like the moment for me where I was able to like release that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I did feel like a failure. I was struggling to re-sign up for the test, to sign up for the test again, to take it, right? But it was in that moment where I was able to be real with myself and real with my friends. Like, guys, I feel like I'm a failure. Once
Mm-hmm.
again, this triggered an emotion for me, right? That happened a couple of years ago. And it
Mm.
was just like, oh, let me just go through it, right? And they were like, no, pause, feel this feeling, feel what you feel.
Right.
We're not going to allow you to stay there, right? But I need you to feel this. I need you
Mm-hmm.
to process this out. And I think that was very big for me. Like I said, I'm not one to cry like that. I'm not one to, it happened, pack it up, let's go, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that moment, they allowed me to, one, be free, to be me.
Yeah, being free is important.
And then they were able to like affirm me, affirm who they know me to be, right? Affirm the person that they know that I can be. And I think that was very big for me. We have many sessions of like crying sessions. Sometimes we don't say nothing. And I
Yeah.
think those spaces are really important as you plan, as we go into the new year, right? And as you're reflecting, get you some of your girls, get into a huddle, right? And like reflect and be authentic about some of your failures or even some of your goals you didn't think you could accomplish, right?
Hmm.
And how much they pushed you. My friends push me daily to be
Hmm.
better, daily.
Right. That's good. So if you are watching this, then you go ahead and grab your girl group so that you could come back on for our second half after we have our commercial so that y'all can reflect together, so that you can hug, cry, talk about your accomplishments, talk about what you need to work on. And we will be right back for the second half of Girl Talk Mental Health.
You weren't meant to break, you were set apart. What if your deepest pain was the birthplace of your greatest purpose? Meet Gingerbread, a child caught in the chaos of her mother's depression and suicide attempts. She never asked for trauma, shame, or to feel invisible, but she found something greater. Set Apart, the journey to find hope through loneliness, shame, and death is more than a book. It's the breakthrough you didn't know you needed. If you've ever said, "I'm fine," when you were falling apart, if you've ever thought, "This story isn't for me," it is. Don't let fear, excuses, or busyness rob you of healing. This book will shatter the silence, stir your soul, and remind you, you were never forgotten. You were set apart. Set Apart, the journey to find hope in times of shame, loneliness, and death, by author Virginia Dale Manning. Available now, because hope can't wait.
So, welcome back to the second half of Girl Talk Mental Health. And we have Sophia here, and we wanted you to go grab your girl, click, DM, give them a message. I'll go back and watch the beginning, replay, rewind, whatever it is you need to do so that you can reflect and have your best next year. Okay, Sophia, here we go. This is a big one right here. You ready?
Yes,
So if you could give your next year self, your 2026 you, one gentle piece of advice or encouragement, what would it be?
breathe, breathe. And I think it's important for us to pause and to breathe. And I say this because, like I've said throughout this talk, this podcast, is that I don't take the moment to breathe. I'm on go 24/7. My brain never shuts down. Like, even in my sleep, I'm thinking, like, it's crazy, right? And I tell myself to breathe because it gives you a moment to pause. It gives you a second, right? And sometimes we just need that second of clarity. You just need that moment to shut everything off, turn the social media off, turn the phones off, turn life off, and just sit and be still.
Mhm.
It's in the stillness you are able to refresh yourself. It's in the stillness you are able to hear, right? When it's noisy, when
Right.
it's busy, right? When everyone is pulling on you, when everyone is looking for you for some level of counsel, when everyone is looking for you for some answer, you're like, okay, you become everything to everyone and nothing to yourself.
Mhm.
I don't want to do that.
I like that. You become everything to everyone else and nothing to yourself. That's a nugget to end with 2025, right?
Yes,
Nugget.
you become everything to everyone else and nothing to you. So when you breathe, when you take that moment, that second to breathe, you bring oxygen back into you. You bring oxygen back into your lungs. Nobody is worth it. You going, 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 your body finna shut down. And there's many times my body has told me, girl, if you do not sit down, I am going to force you to sit down.
And it will do that. That's the symptoms: anxiety, depression, all of those things. That's your body telling you that it needed to stop, and but you kept going. So it
Correct.
will shut you down, and it doesn't know how to do it in a healthy way. And so that's what are the symptoms of the anxiety, depression, and whatever other mental health
You don't
symptoms.
want to get up out of bed. You don't want to talk. Isolation.
Mhm.
I'm a big founder. I got a PhD level in isolation because I can't tell it. Some days it's like, no, I have to be like, no, I can't do it. I got to pour back into me to make sure I'm good. I got to be everything to me before I'm anything to you.
Hmm. Absolutely. You are the centerpiece.
But if I don't pause and breathe, if I don't pause and reflect, I burn myself out.
Hmm.
And
That's good.
people always are saying like, like love yourself, right? Before you can love somebody else. But majority of the time, a lot of us, that is just a cliche.
Hmm.
You're doing everything for everybody, and sometimes you neglect yourself.
Right. Especially if people struggle with feeling like they being selfish when they put themselves first. But a part of that reflection is putting yourself first too, so you can be better in tune for other people. So
Correct.
with that one as well.
You have to fill your cup. And I
Mhm.
and I think that was like the biggest thing for me. If I tell myself anything in going into 2026, is breathe. It's okay. It's okay to have bad days. It's okay to not have the answer. It's okay to let go of the control. It's okay. Breathe.
That's good. I love it. That's so very, very powerful. So we are at my favorite part of the show, and that is the spotlight question. Are you ready?
Yes.
See, that's why it's my favorite part. I love that part. So, what's one mindset shift or action step you believe could transform how we approach mental health and wellness in our daily lives?
I think that is very important. And my answer is get into community. Get into commute. I cannot say this enough. Community saved my life. My friends saved my life. Outside of Jesus, right? Outside of the Lord, it was my friends in therapy that saved my life. Get into some community. Get around people that can call out the very thing you don't see. Because sometimes you might not see it, but your friends might see it. Don't get around those people that's gonna hate. Don't get around people that's no, no, no. Get around some like minded, powerful women, men, whomever can call out what they see on the inside of you, that are able to pray you through the dark moments of your life, that are able to call those things that that you might not see that you are in the moment, right? Get around some community because
All right, preaching. You
they're
preaching over there.
they're able to uplift you. When you get weak and you get tired, they're able to push you through. Like I can't brag about I won't change them and no, they are not up for grabs, right? My friends literally saved my life.
That's good. That's good. So give the audience, tell them where they can connect with you, and then if you have something going on, some type of end of the year special, or if you want them to join your community so you can help push them through the next year, or if they could be a part of your sisterhood, let them know where they can reach you at.
You guys can reach me at I'm on Facebook, I am on Instagram, Sophia Coulanges. That's my hashtag. Like it's nothing simple, it's nothing fancy. It's just my first name, my last name. And I do have an Instagram page for Her Voice Impacts. We are currently working on building that out. Like join the sisterhood is about to happen really soon. I'm excited to push that out for the upcoming year. Um, join if you join that Instagram page, it's Her Voice Impacts, and we'll be posting on there about sisterhood, how we can become a community, because I believe every woman needs a woman, right? Everyone
Mhm.
needs community. Everyone needs somebody that's going to uplift them and pour into them, because life is hard. Life is hard, right? And
Like the Bible say, two or more, where two or more in agreement. He'll be
Yeah,
in the midst of it.
he'll be in the midst. And I do believe there's power in numbers, right? The Bible said one could chase 1,000, two could chase 10,000, right?
Mhm.
So I believe that when you're in community, there's strength, right? And so you could find me on my Instagram page at Her Voice Impacts. That's where I will be posting what's coming next about that platform. It's so much great things. It's so much great women to meet, and I'm excited to have you a part of it. You can DM me, I'll write back. You can follow me, I'll follow back. So, find me on Facebook. Find me on. I am on TikTok, but I just watch stuff on there.
Just look for it everywhere. You never know. You know what I'm saying? You never know.
Just look for me. It's just my first name and last name, nothing too fancy, but I'm excited to connect with you.
Okay, and this was a beautiful conversation. I absolutely enjoyed it. And as we close, I want you all who are watching, as she said, just start taking a breath, place your hand over your heart, and just say, "Look how far I've come." Because you have come. You might not see it, or you might not think that you have. And that's what's important about their sisterhood, so they can call out how far you've come, and just relish in it, reflect. And I want you to also make sure that you join us next week for more powerful mental health awareness tips that speak right to your heart and can push you to your next level in 2026. Subscribe, like, go find Sophia, comment, let her know, hey, I'm ready to join your sisterhood. And she's going to reach out to you. If you can't reach her, she'll reach you. Share this episode because someone you love needs it as much as you do too. So see you all next week for another powerful episode of Girl Talk Mental Health.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us for Girl Talk Mental Health. Remember, your mental health is your wealth. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to at Virginia Del Manning.